everyone screaming AI bubble is flat out wrong. The bears aren't early. Stay to the end to hear the one forecast that ties it all together. How much tech stocks could still run from here and why the so-called AI bears may be locking themselves out of the biggest upside of the next 4 years.
Strike on the AI side as well. Look, Remy, I think what you're starting to see here is the second, third, fourth derivatives. They're now playing out with the AI revolution. That's going to be the theme 2026. This is, I think, just more and more momentum, especially on the software use case side going into 2026.
This gets to this idea then. So when we start to talk about the adoption by the customers themselves, the clients, if you will, the companies that are selling this stuff, so whether it's whatever Microsoft's doing, whatever Salesforce is doing, does that ramp up or are they already at sort of warp speed on this?
Only 3% of companies in the U.S. have gone down the AI path. I mean, it speaks
only
to
3%?
Our view.
Wow.
Only 3%. And it speaks to our view that, like, when you call this a bubble, it is way premature. Look, as someone like myself spends so much time, on the road, I just saw it in Asia for 3 weeks. Demand to supply is, 12-1 for NVIDIA chips. This hasn't even happened globally. And guess who's leading in the global race? It's U.S. is leading China when it comes to tech. So to me, the use cases now start to play out. The derivatives, the second, third, fourth derivatives are playing out. And that's the key. Look, that is the key theme that we're seeing from Marvell to Mongo to Salesforce, I believe to Snowflake and others.
I'm curious, too, just about on the chip side of this as well. We heard from Jensen Huang a little bit earlier today. He was on Capitol Hill meeting with senators, trying to address this issue with China and being able to sell there. Does China become a market for us, at least for U.S. companies, at some point?
Oh, yeah. I think you can talk about the Trump visit in April and then probably reciprocal here. It's a matter of time. We are not going to give that market to Huawei and take it away from NVIDIA and what I believe U.S. chips. And that's what the godfather of AI, no one has a better perspective of what Jensen's seeing. You don't want to give that market to Huawei and domestic competition. I think that's what's going to continue to play out in this arms race. That will be part of NVIDIA's growth story over the next 12, 18, 24 months. I think it's all part of this game of high-stakes poker going on between D.C. and Beijing.
I am also curious about the partnerships, and they continue. We did hear just a few minutes ago from Snowflake strengthening that partnership with Anthropic, basically integrating those Claude models deeper into the platform. Does that accelerate as well, Dan?
It has to, because in this arms race, that's what everyone's focused on. Put stakes in the ground, whether it's NVIDIA, OpenAI, Snowflake, everything Lisa Su's doing, AMD. Look, they could get criticism for it in terms of some of the circular financing and other issues. We're talking about $3 to $4 trillion that's going to be spent in the next few years. This is not the time to look at this from sort of, the back seat. It's the time to be aggressive, and that's what investors want to see. And I think we are going to look out. It's why we think tech stocks are up another 20% next year. But the bears will watch this AI party through the windows. It's still 10:30 p.m. and that party goes to 4 a.m.